My name is Destiny Green. I am class of 2018. I currently work for Mastery Charter Schools at Smelly Elementary as a full-time literacy support teacher. My current role right now is supporting students with their literacy, such as foundational reading skills, as far as helping them learn how to read, being able to decode their certain words, and just helping them in their subjects with my lead teacher that's in the classroom. Anything that I need to do as far as being in the classroom, I do that as well as a literacy support teacher. The typical path for someone wanting to become a teacher, they would go through undergrad and major in education. They would take the test, and eventually, when they graduate, they'll become certified and become a teacher. The route that I took, I didn't get my undergrad degree in education. It was IHS and autism behavioral studies. So in undergrad, I spent a lot of time working with individuals on the autism spectrum. So a lot of that experience came from there. Prior to my role right now, I got in as a paraprofessional, and that's just somebody who helps in the classroom. I did have some smaller reading groups assisting throughout the school as needed, and then I had to apply to become a full-time teacher, and I'm also a graduate student slash resident. The current skills that you need to have to become an effective teacher: listening, communicating, collaboration is a big, big asset, especially when you want to support your students, being on a team, working with other teachers. These skills transferred from St. Jude's because I was a student and I worked at the Kinney Center for Autism for Education. And because of my roles through there, I had to kind of balance out, working with families, working with individuals, lesson planning or group planning, looking at certain data. So all those skills transferred over here. I would encourage students to look into some volunteer programs, specifically working with kids, working in a school setting. That really can put you in a space to figure out, like, do you have the patience? Do you have the joy for working with individuals in this capacity? Just really putting yourself in those type of spaces, being able to see, like, can you see yourself doing this type of work? Put yourself out there. It could be really nervous, it could be really scary to want to network or make those connections, but it really goes a long way as far as making sure you build that type of relationship to people who are in the field that you're interested in or not in the field that you're interested in, really just getting exposed to different type of careers and different pathways that you could possibly choose. I would say um, age, maybe being young, and just like experience. A lot of times people want you to have experience in the classroom or have experience in leadership roles, but that can also be the downside because you don't have any experience. So it's either they're going to give you the opportunity or not give you the opportunity. Everybody is different. That's okay. We can have similar things that we share, commonalities, but I feel like when it comes to diversity and inclusion, nobody should feel like they're outsider, but they should also, embrace and embrace those differences that we have because that is what makes a diverse inclusion space. Definitely. Being a Black woman, a young Black woman, I want to be able to be in front of my students in the community that I serve. And right now, I serve predominantly African American and Latino students. And I think that's very important for them to see a person of color because a lot of students or a lot of adults grow up not having that opportunity to have a teacher in front of them that looks like them or can relate. A good resource that I found, and a lot of other peers that I know, is AmeriCorps. They have a lot of good educational opportunities for you to get your feet wet. So that's how I ended up realizing that I wanted to get back into the general classroom population. I did City Year, and they serve under-resourced schools throughout the city of Philadelphia. And that is a really good place to get into school, be able to see how the system works, how they're being taught. And you could just like immerse yourself in that. And I know they have like after school programs. They also have some different type of service opportunities, but AmeriCorps is a good place to start, I would say.